Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in our YouTube family. My name is AD Roberts and I am your success coach. So glad to have you guys here with us today. Every day when we come on live and we do this, there are two objectives that we have. The first goal that we have is to create a sense of connectedness and community, both on TikTok here and on YouTube. So we just love on each other. We support each other. We create a safe space for you to actually be the best version of yourself so you can grow and all of that good stuff. The second thing is that we have a talk. Our discussion every day is designed to be empowering and impactful at a meaningful level in your life so that you can become the absolute best version of yourself. So welcome in. I see you, Janae. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And shout out to our wonderful moderators who keep our space safe. They do not play the radio. I'm just gonna tell you right now. We have some, hey, Nikki, good to see you on. Good to see you on, good to see you on. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart me. Then we have, thank you, Essie. Then we have the wonderful Mimi and Fine Wine over here on TikTok. They're moderating. And right over here on YouTube, we have the wonderful Janae. So welcome in, everybody. And today we are in day 2 of this powerful, powerful talk. I mean, I'm really excited about our conversation today. I really, really am. So if y'all are ready to kick today off, put ready in the chat. Put ready in the chat. If you're ready to kick today off, put ready in the chat. Thank you, Ange. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Alicia. Good to see you in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Y'all are amazing. Thank you, Janae. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And let me go ahead and let me just slide that right there just a little bit. Oh, now that make me feel better. All right, good. So today's topic, we're in day 2. We're in day 2 of this great topic, and it is beyond fear. That's it, beyond fear. Why fear of failure is a lie your subconscious learned oh too well. The fear of failure, the fear of failure. One of the greatest fears that we wrestle with, that tries to keep us locked in a box of mediocrity, that locks us into a space that is beneath ourselves. It's beneath our greatest self. It is outside of the scope of us doing everything that we've seen for ourselves. When we bend to this fear of failure, we fail to take risks. We fail to hop on opportunities when they present themselves to us. We fail to do the thing. Because I was taught a long time ago, when you do the thing, you will have power. Do the thing and you shall have power. But unfortunately for many of us, life can life and crazy stuff happens. And as life lives and as crazy stuff happens, we get so caught up in our own personal fears. That's right. Glam says it makes her want to hide and stay home. Fear of failure. There's so many fears that we wrestle with. Thank you, Nikki. And I'm glad to have you in here again today. And listen, if you are a newbie, if this is your first time being in here with us, let us know by simply putting newbie in the chat. And if you do that, we can love on you. I appreciate you being able to do that for us. But this debilitating fear, this fear of failure, though, there's so many fears that we all wrestle with. We wrestle with all types of fears. I mean, we really do. But this one in particular is special. The fear of failure. And so welcome in, Aaron. So glad to have you in here. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Thank you so very much. Amy is in the building. Welcome in, Amy. Thank you so very much for that daily heart, man. Amy, so glad to have you. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Glad to have you up in here, superstar. Amy is one of our superstar people. She makes sure that we stay straight up in here, and we all love Amy. So glad to have you in here. Glad to have you with us. So let's go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to do a little light recap and bring everybody up to speed, because if you weren't here with us yesterday, you missed an amazing talk. And from over here, Amy from over here in YouTube land, Janae is saying that she loves you. All right. Yes, we definitely love Amy. All right, here we go. The fear of failure often hides behind, and this is very, very key. And this is how you can see or notice that you are wrestling with the fear of failure. The fear of failure often hides behind perfectionism, procrastination, overthinking, and waiting for the right time. We wait for the right time. We do. We think we're waiting for the right time, but literally what we're doing is we are avoiding uncomfortable situations. The subconscious mind creates fear around failure because it believes that it is protecting you from emotional danger. Because the way our subconscious mind works, it loves the familiar. It loves the familiar. Britt says, I do all of the above. That's why we're having this conversation. We operate from a fear of failure because our subconscious mind believes that it is protecting us from the unfamiliar, that it's protecting us from, really protecting us from some type of harm. And so that's just the reality of it, because our subconscious mind, hey Sabali, welcome in, good to see you, superstar. Our subconscious mind, it literally operates to protect us from the unknown, from that which is unfamiliar, that which is outside of the scope of what we know to be as true or safe. Because the subconscious mind loves the familiar, even if the familiar is uncomfortable. That's what we like to call it, the uncomfortable comfort zone. And so even if the space, the relationship, the job, the home, the situation is uncomfortable, but familiar. That's where we get that phrase from, that really, really popular phrase. That really, really popular phrase. It's better to deal with the devil that you know. Nah, it's not. It's not better to deal with the devil you know. We have to deal with the devil we know. No, we're not dealing with that. But we deal with the devil we know because our subconscious mind loves the familiar. And so in that space is where this fear typically flourishes. This fear is rarely about the task itself. Whatever the thing is, thank you, Nikki, that thing that's ahead of you, whatever it is that that you're about to do, it's not about the task. It's rarely about the task itself. It is about what the mind thinks the failure means about you. So where fear first learns your name is in childhood. Childhood conditioning. Many people inherit a belief that mistakes are dangerous because they grew up in environments where criticism felt louder than the love that they received. The simple, gentle mistakes that you made. You made mistakes, you were young. Thank you, Cody. Mistakes that you made as a child, you were really young. You may have knocked over the milk. You may have spilt your chips on the floor, and you may have gotten in trouble for it. Yelled at, fussed at. And so the criticism or the admonishment that you got was louder than the love that you received in the house sometimes. And sometimes it would be so strong and so powerful that emotional state, it literally created an environment, and we talk about environments all of the time. That environment literally created a space for you to where you begin to think that making a mistake was dangerous. Now I need you to follow me there, because if you're raised and you believe you're inculcated into a construct or a family environment where making a mistake is dangerous, what happens when you become an adult is that you are afraid to make more mistakes. Mistakes are just simply that. They're not a definition of who you are. A mistake is simply a mistake. But at a young age, if you are constantly punished for the mistakes that you made and rewarded for doing good, then you create a punishment and a reward system that defines how you will govern yourself in the future. It makes a person timid and fearful because they don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to fall into that space again. So many people inherit the belief that mistakes are dangerous because they grew up in environments where criticism felt louder than love. The subconscious mind literally pairs achievement with safety. When you are achieving, when you're doing well, you're making the right decisions, and as far as the tribe is concerned, then all is well. You're praised for it. You're praised for it. They accept you by the tribe. They tout you as the golden child. You love it. So you find safety in that. Safety. You find safety in achievement, and you are afraid of taking risks. When the nervous system learns that love or approval is conditional, the adult self becomes afraid to take risks. Watch this now. Watch this, especially my newbies. In fact, let me lay something down energetically. Watch this. For all of my newbies, and again, if you are a newbie, simply put newbie in the chat and let us know so that we can love on you. We live in an energetic universe. We live in an energetic universe. And because we live in an energetic universe, this universe has a language. That's right. This universe has a language, and that language is what? What's that language, y'all? Come on, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. What is the language of this universe? Some of you already know because y'all are in here with me every day. Hey, Azrael. Good to see you in here. Welcome in. Y'all love on Azrael. Frequency. That's right, Essie. Excellent. Frequency. Vibration. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Thank you, Janae. Absolutely. Frequency. And so you might say, well, AD, where does this frequency come from? Where does this frequency come from that you're talking about, this language that the universe speaks? Well, in part, that frequency, it comes from us, in part. The vibrational frequency that we create comes from the subconscious mind. The thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience, it creates a resonance. It creates what I call the four protocols, the protocols of alignment. That resonance that it creates, it literally is projected out into the quantum field, and the quantum field then receives it and reflects it back to us as reality. So literally 24/7, 365 days a year, you are walking around as an antenna. You are broadcasting a signal. And that signal is that frequency that you're broadcasting. It is calling out of the quantum field its vibrational match. So where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. I'm going to say that again. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. The universal law of correspondence reminds us. That as within, so without, as above, so below, as it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. And so with that being the case, it underpins what we experience as reality, because the reality outside of us that we're experiencing is merely a reflection of what is within us. So if that makes sense, this is foundational for the rest of our talk. It's foundational for every one of the talks that we actually have in here, because this is the ground. This is the ground level. So if you understand that, if it makes sense to you, put yes in the chat. If you need me to explain it again, let me know, because we don't want to leave anybody behind. But if it makes sense, simply put yes in the chat. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Wise. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Amy. Excellent. Thank you, Azrael. You guys are brilliant. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. That's right, Essie. All day long. All day long. Thank you, Mimi. So, you all got the foundation. You got it. You understand it. So when the nervous system learns that love or approval is conditional, and this is the sad part about how we raise our children, and or how we were raised. They didn't know, they probably didn't know any better because that's how they were raised. So they're just doing what they were conditioned and taught to do. And so when the nervous system learns that love or approval is conditional and it is contingent upon you falling within the construct of the tribe. As long as you fall within the construct of the tribe, as long as you're not making mistakes, you're okay. Everything is fine. You receive love, you receive all of the beautiful stuff, but it's conditional. It's conditioned upon your performance. Where that's right. So here's the crazy part. When the nervous system learns that love or approval is conditional, the adult self becomes afraid to risk that which would jeopardize that love. Nobody wants to feel ostracized and alone because here's one of the things, and it's kind of jacked up that people do. When you don't, when you don't reflect what it is that they want you to do, they will ostracize you. They will cut off their love from you. Anybody ever been a victim of that? Anybody ever felt like that in their family, but because they did not live up to the expectations of their parents or a sibling or a family member, they cut their love off from you. They ostracized you. They made you. There's bad boy number one. Good to see you in here, bro. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Wise. This is a reality that we face. And in quantum terms, early emotional environments literally collapse. Sarah, yeah, your uncle did that. Yeah, I understand. I understand. And that's why we're having this conversation because these are the things that foster a fear, the fear of a fear of failure, a fear of failure. Early emotional environments collapse into probability patterns that the mind keeps replaying until something interrupts it over and over and over and over. When I decided to stay in Indianapolis with my mother instead of relocating to Texas, upset with you because you did not do the thing that they wanted you to do. I get it. Man, listen, Hakeem, I'm glad you're up in here. Welcome in, everybody. And again, welcome in, everybody, especially all of our newbies. You know, we appreciate you being here. You could have landed on anybody else's live. And so being in here with us, this is a whole family. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. So you'll find a whole bunch of cool people up in here that are really, really loving and real, real caring. Oh man, this is great, Forte. Good to see you up in here. Y'all love on Forte. Forte is a newbie. This is their first time. Y'all love on them. So this is good. All right, so we're gonna keep going. The perfection trap. We talked about this yesterday, and we're almost done with our wrap up. And we'll begin our main part for today. Perfectionism is a trap. Perfectionism is often the subconscious mind trying to prevent rejection before it even happens. We mask, you know, perfectionism is that beautiful illusion that we so-called are chasing it, but really what we're doing is we're procrastinating. Perfectionism is glorified procrastination because what we're trying to do, what are we avoiding? We're avoiding the fear of failure. But it's really not even the fear. We're really avoiding the feeling, the emotional state of what happens when we so-called fail. And so we ward it off. We procrastinate. We use perfectionism. We try to make sure, oh, everything has to be absolutely perfect. And we do all of this stuff. And I shared with y'all the story yesterday about how when I wrote my first book and how I would procrastinate and I would wait because I'm sitting there using perfectionism as a tool because I wasn't ready to release my book because I was afraid that it might fail. And that because if it might fail, what did that mean for me? What did that mean for this attempt, me sharing my soul and bearing my soul with the world, but it wasn't received well. And so I was afraid. I was afraid of failure. And this was almost 20 years ago. In fact, it was 20 years ago. What am I talking about? The first time when I wrote my first book. And so I kept editing it. I kept editing it. Every time I turned around, I kept touching it until a good friend of mine came to the office one day and was like, yo, you need to stop. I was trying to avoid this topic. and the FYP bought me back twice. You here now? Come on, come on, come on, Delisa. It's all good. It's all good because there's nothing but love up in here and the better version of yourself waiting. And so that perfectionism thing that I was hiding myself self in, what I was hiding. It wasn't until a good friend of mine said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just editing the book." He said, "Listen, how long you been editing this thing?" I was like, "It's been finished for a couple of months now. I'm just still editing." And he said, "Listen, cut that foolishness out. Go ahead and release the book because every time you touch the book, every time you touch it, you're gonna find another thing to edit. Every time, every time, every time, you're gonna find something to do." And he was absolutely right. So I just listened and I just pulled the trigger. It's okay, Nikki. Hey, listen, Kwame, good to see you up in here. Welcome from South Africa. Glad to have you up in here. Good deal, good deal. So let's keep going. So I was using perfectionism as a tool. Many people secretly fear that if their best effort is not perfect, it will confirm their deepest insecurities. The insecurities that you have that you're not enough, the insecurities that you're not as great of a writer as you would purport to be. You are not, you're not as talented. You might want to be a singer. You might want to be a producer, but you're afraid to release your work. You're an artist, but you're afraid that people won't accept the beauty of what you do. Thank you, Monique. Thank you so much for those finger hearts. Because when y'all do the finger hearts, I teach better when you do the finger hearts, the roses and all that stuff. I teach better, I promise you. I do. And so understand if there are any notes that you're writing and you missed this yesterday, write this down. The universe does not require perfection. It does not. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Antoine. The universe does not require perfection. It requires your participation. It doesn't. Thank you, Devin. It doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require perfection. It just requires your participation. It requires you to be a part of it. It requires you to be actively engaged in the creation of the thing and allow the universe to do what it does. You go ahead and cook. You go ahead and do your thing. Let it all out. Don't be afraid of this so-called failure because failure is an illusion. What did I tell you what fear stands for? False evidence appearing real. I'm jumping ahead of myself. The universe does not. Thank you, Sarah. The universe does not require perfection. It just requires your participation. You have to be a willing participant in this process. The law of assumption reminds us that what we believe about ourselves becomes the framework through which life responds. So it's so important. It's so important. It's so important that you assume the best about yourself, not that you're a failure, but that you're a winner. It's great to assume the positive because as you assume the positive, the law of assumption is going to work because the universe responds to your assumption about yourself. The universe does not give us what we ask for. No, it does not. It does not give you what you ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. Are we a vibrational match for that thing? Because what do we say that the language of the universe is? It's frequency. It is frequency. Devin says, I get exhausted by my emotions a lot and give up too quickly. Listen, it's heavy. It is heavy. I understand that. Because what is emotion? Emotion is energy in motion. And that energy is going somewhere. And what do we know about energy when it begins to move? Based upon your focus. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. The law of assumption is powerful. The weight of judgment. Why other people's opinions feel so heavy. Why other people's opinions feel so heavy. Much of the fear of failure is actually the fear of humiliation, embarrassment, or public disappointment. That you performed, you did your best, that you felt that you did your best, but if it wasn't good enough and you weren't applauded by the family, you weren't loved on and doted on by the tribe, then it feels almost like rejection. So again, much of the fear of failure, the fear. So you don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want to embarrass your family, so-called. You don't want to embarrass your children. I'm afraid to be vulnerable. I understand that part. And so it's imperative that we begin to tap into this part of us where our childhood literally shaped who it is that we are right now. It shaped our fears. It shaped our fears. The nervous system interprets social rejection as physical danger because historically survival depended on belonging to the tribe, being accepted by the tribe. When you weren't accepted by the tribe, our physiology literally responds. We have a visceral response to rejection. Because if we're rejected, that means we're not a part of the tribe. If we're not a part of the tribe, that means we're not safe. When we're not safe, we feel vulnerable. Good day. Listen, good to see you on here, Trinity. Welcome in. Welcome in. So this is the dangerous thing, and this is what causes a part of us being afraid of failing. The judgment of others becomes a cage only when the subconscious believes those opinions define your worth. We spent half of the week talking about the power of self-worth. What does that mean when you are valuable? And it's so vital that your worth is of a high vibrational frequency. It is of a high perspective, that you see yourself from a high space. From a quantum perspective, attention amplifies reality. Where your focus goes, energy flows. The more you focus on judgment, the more it shapes your self-image. The more you focus on the judgment, whether it's external or internal judgment, the more you focus on the judgment literally begins to define you and determines how the world is going to interact with you. If you see yourself as a failure, if you're afraid of taking risk, if you're afraid of taking that leap of faith and doing the thing, what winds up happening? Fear of failure, it punishes you. It keeps you locked into the wrong vibrational frequency. And you're not speaking the language that you need to be speaking for the universe to respond to you, because it is a language that is tainted with the vibration of fear. Fear is of a low vibrational frequency. And fear always has its homeboys. As you've heard me say this many times. Fear has its homeboys. Feeling exposed over here. It's okay. It's okay. Fear has its friends, because along with fear comes doubt. And then after fear, after doubt rolls up, then their other friend, worry, comes in. You worry about stuff. You begin to stress. It begins to show up. And thank you, Forte. Anxiety begins to set in. And so this is now when you get to a space of anxiety, and because it's operating in that high level of stress, you start to release our most famous, popular neurochemical, cortisol. You start to release cortisol into your body throughout your entire system. And when cortisol is in your system, it wreaks havoc, creating inflammation. You're not supposed to experience cortisol or high levels of stress all of the time. It's a thing, as a part of the human experience, is part of what we inherited from our ancestors. And that stress, that adrenaline, it's not supposed to be in your bloodstream all of the time, and it wreaks havoc on your body. I understand that. Well, you can't sleep well, especially if you have high levels of stress. Especially. And so this is really, really important. And emotional mastery is key. Past disappointments create neural pathways that warn you, don't do that again. All that self-dialogue, it begins to happen. It turns on itself. The identity of self-worth, the hidden core of fear. Fear of failure intensifies when someone unconsciously believes failure reveals something true about themselves. The moment you separate your identity from your performance, fear loses its power. Many times our life is predicated by our performance. When we perform well, our families reward us. The tribe rewards us. We perform poorly, our tribe admonishes us. It punishes us. It ostracizes us. It doesn't accept us. We want to be accepted and loved by the tribe. So therefore, in order to stay away from that, our subconscious mind, because it operates on that program of protecting you. Thank you so much, Trinity, for grabbing that daily heartbeat. And because it's operating from that place of trying to protect itself, because it is doing that, because it is protecting you, it believes it is keeping you from the greatest season of your life. All right? Excellent, excellent. So we are at our point today. If y'all are ready for part 7, put 7 in the chat. We are done. We've done with our wrap up. We're done with our catching up from yesterday. But I definitely wanted to do a brief recap on that. Thank you, everybody. Subconscious protection. Subconscious protection. Why fear believes it's actually helping you. Your subconscious mind believes that it is helping you. Because once upon a time, when you were running from lions and bears and tigers and things like that, it helped. It was a help. It was like, hey, you need to protect yourself. Yes, anxiety does feel like it squeezes us and chokes us. Absolutely. It does. Absolutely. The subconscious mind is wired for safety. Remember that. Your subconscious mind is always wired for safety. Your subconscious mind is wired for safety. It is always going to protect you from what it believes is impending danger. So again, the subconscious mind is wired for safety, not success. It's wired for safety, not success. Your subconscious mind, by default, is wired for safety, not success, because success requires you to take risks. So you can see why most people, and here's the tough truth. You see why most people live a mediocre life. You see why some people, I'm about to sit on somebody's front porch, and it's okay. I'm doing it with love. There's a reason why some of you love to watch reality TV shows. There's a reason why you love to live vicariously through the life of other people. Good to see you, Leslie. There's a reason why you love social media. Your body is wired, your subconscious mind, your nervous system is wired for safety, not success. Your subconscious mind is wired for safety, not success. Because success requires risk. And the fear of failure is so debilitating for most people. They rather live vicariously, watching other people live their life. We'll watch somebody jump out of an airplane before we jump out of one ourselves. We will watch somebody put their whole life on television. We will watch it. In fact, sometimes we know more about some celebrities than we know about ourselves. Just scrolling through social media. Living vicariously. So again, the subconscious mind is wired for safety, not success, and it often misinterprets expansion as danger. So when you're moving beyond the limitations of the old version of yourself, trust and believe that the subconscious mind, the old you, is literally saying, oh my God, we're moving into a new area. We're moving into new territory. Oh my goodness. You sit there and you mean to tell me you want to be wealthy? You want to launch a new business? You mean to tell me you're going to quit your good job? You're going to quit your job and you're going to start working for yourself? What are you saying? Then that's the internal dialogue. Then let's not talk about the external dialogue. Anybody know what I'm talking about? The moment you start to share that you're about to step out on faith and begin to do some things and to create a new version of yourself, not only do you have to deal with the internal dialogue of negativity, worry, doubt, and fear, you have the external dialogue of the people in your tribe trying to get you to bend and to stay with them. They don't want to leave. They don't want you to leave them. And sometimes they do want you to be successful, but they may not want you to be more successful than them. Does that resonate with anybody? Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense? Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Monique. That is what we wrestle with. When you feel resistance, your subconscious mind is simply protecting an outdated identity. The old version of you. What do I tell you? The old version of you. Thank you, Sabali. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Mimi. I've lost friends for chasing a better opportunity for myself. It happens all of the time, Devin. You know why? Because where the places that you're going in represents danger for them. Danger in many senses. Danger in that it's reminding them of their mediocrity. It's reminding them that they too could be doing some stuff. You don't have to sit there and do mediocre stuff. Thank you, Keish. You don't have to continue to do mediocre stuff. You can do the amazing. But they rather what? They rather be safe than sorry. You ever hear these axioms that we have in our culture? It's better to be safe than sorry. Anybody ever heard that saying, it's better to be safe than sorry? The devil is a lie. Inside of safety, whoever created something amazing and brilliant and beautiful being safe? Whoever created something, it's better to be safe than sorry. Meaning it's better to stay in that little myopic box that you have so that you'll be okay. You've never accomplished anything by being safe. You always had to step out on faith. You always had to, the fruit is out on the limb. The fruit is not, the good fruit, the best fruit is out on the limb. Don't be the ones that wait for the fruit to fall to the ground and then you pick the fruit that fell off on the ground. Because usually it started rotten by the time it's hitting the ground. It's starting to be eaten by the bugs. You were built to be successful, but you have to stretch beyond the limitations of your primal subconscious mind and its fears. It believes that it's helping you, but it's not. The subconscious mind is wired for safety, not success. The subconscious mind is wired for safety, not success. When you feel resistance, your subconscious is simply protecting an old, outdated identity. The urge to stall, sudden tiredness before important tasks, overanalyzing everything, overthinking everything, doing all of this stuff, making up all of these excuses, creating a space for yourself where the environment is not conducive for success, but for safety, the fear of failure. That's why we're having this conversation today. And it's a powerful conversation. It's a powerful conversation. The fear of failure becomes a habit loop. Consciously, the fear of failure becomes a habit loop. The mind repeats because it's worked once years ago. It has worked over and over and over. It becomes a fear loop because you want to be safe. You want to be safe. You want to be safe. You have to begin to reprogram and recalibrate yourself to feel safe in the unknown. I'm going to get there. I'm jumping ahead of myself. If y'all are ready for part 8, put 8 in the chat. Put 8 in the chat. Excellent. Put 8 in the chat. Excellent. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Licia. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Essie. We're at the top of the hour, and we're right at about 51K. So we're moving along nicely. We're at 51K. So that's as Fine Wine loves to say, tapping is clapping. Fine Wine hasn't. I didn't see Fine Wine tip up in here. Did Fine Wine make it in here yet? I'm sitting outside with my amethyst on my head. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good space to be. Oh, I love that. Oh, she hadn't made it in here. Okay. Thank you, Mimi. So, but as she loves to say, tapping is clapping. So let's go ahead and we're gonna keep pushing this bad boy out. Now is a good time to share this live. And listen, if any part of this live has resonated with you at any meaningful level, especially this, because the part of us that where this programming came to be, where we began to where we got inculcated into this whole indoctrination of our minds to be afraid of failure. It's our inner child. Thank you. You know I like to see those Oasis stickers up there. Thank you. It's the inner child. It's the inner child. And so go ahead and pull your calendars out, everybody. Pull your calendars out. I'm gonna go ahead and give this to you. Pull your calendars out. December the 22nd. That's right. December the 23rd, not the 22nd. December the 23rd. That's a Tuesday. December the 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am hosting a virtual hypnosis experience. I'm hosting a powerful virtual hypnosis experience. This is the last one for the year, and it is designed to be really, really impactful. This one, the theme for this month is healing the inner child, and you don't want to miss it. Because especially as we're going into the new year. Thank you, Mimi. Y'all follow Mimi's instructions. You don't want to be trying to move into the new year, trying to be the better version of yourself, trying to attract more wealth, more abundance, more prosperity. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you've continued to do that. You've been doing we all have to do that internal work and begin to work on that inner child. Yes, Nikki. Yes, Nikki already has done her registration. Many of you have already done your registration, but there are few newbies on here, but I want to extend the opportunity. And I'm going to extend the discount too. If you want to be a part of this virtual hypnosis experience, if this is something you say, you know what, AD, I've been on here a few times and I'm really, really interested in this hypnosis thing to see how it is. And the beauty about doing the virtual hypnosis experience is that you do it from the safety of your own home. You're in the safety of your own home. I am a clinically certified hypnotherapist, and it is going to be a powerful, powerful event. And so it's normally $95 for the registration, but I am giving it away today for 49 bucks. I'm giving it away for $49 when you do the registration. And y'all know where to go to do the registration. It says virtual hypnosis experience. You just have to go to that place, and it says virtual hypnosis experience. And all you have to do is to put right before you check out, put in OMS 49 in the discount code section. And when you put in the OMS 49, you get it for $49. And so I really look forward to seeing you guys there. Hopefully you guys will be there with us on the 23rd. We still have time, but go ahead because those spots are filling up quickly. So I'm excited to have you guys with us on that day. The next thing is, if any part of this has resonated at any meaningful level, let me go ahead and put this in there for you right now. And there we go. All right, I was pressing too fast. And so let's go ahead. Let me put this here. If any part of what we've been talking about, hey, what's going on, sis? Good to see you on. Thank you, AJ Thompson. Thank you, Nikki. If any part of what we've been talking about has resonated with you at any strong and meaningful level, it's grounded, its foundation is in Cracking the Abundance Code. Cracking the Abundance Code is a book that I authored this year, and I released it in April. And it is a powerful piece. Can y'all see the banner right there? If you can see the banner, just let me know by saying yes. If you can see the banner down here where it says Cracking the Abundance Code, that allows you to grab a copy of the book right here in the TikTok shop. Okay, you can see it. Great, thank you. I authored this book because I wanted everybody to have access to the abundance that I have been really, really blessed to experience. The other thing is that your very nature is abundant. Who you are by nature is abundant. That's right. Who you are by nature is abundant. Why? Because the source that you came from is abundance. The source that you came from is abundant. So why would you not be abundant? And so when you grab when you grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, it is literally going to help you to decipher what's going on and why. Number one, why you're not experiencing that wealth and abundance that you should normally be experiencing. Because many of you are doing the right work. You're doing the work. Many of you are, you're doing your meditation, you're doing your manifestation journals. Anybody got a vision board? Anybody got a vision board? You know, you got your vision board, you're doing your thing, you're doing extremely well with it, but the abundance hasn't showed up yet. Simply put, that is because the vibrational frequency of abundance, you are misaligned. Yes, it does say we're to live and live more abundantly. And here's the beautiful part about it. To great degree, the only reason why many of you are not experiencing that wealth and abundance right now is because you are holding on to some things like this limiting belief, this fear of failure. And we've been talking about the fear of failure for the last 2 days. And the fear of failure is one of the greatest limiting beliefs that is showing up in your experience over and over again. And what it does is, see, fear is of a lower vibrational frequency, right? Fear is of a lower vibrational frequency. Faith is of a higher vibrational frequency. And so when you begin to acquiesce to the fear of failure, then what are you doing? You are in a vibration, you are in a vibrational mismatch. You are a vibrational mismatch for abundance. So the first thing that I showed you right in here, and then we're going to continue with our talk. The very first chapter in the book is on limiting beliefs. That's right. It is on limiting beliefs. I'm going to show you what limiting beliefs you could be holding on to that have you locked in a pattern of vibrational mismatch with abundance. And so I want you to be able to recognize what those limiting beliefs are, and then I'm going to help you to remove those limiting beliefs, because this is an entire system. This is not the book Cracking the Abundance Code is the tip of the iceberg. So you definitely want to grab your copy of it. The very next chapter that we go into is right here. It is quantum leaping to your wealthy identity. That's right, quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. Yeah, I've been hearing everywhere the last 2 days, know thyself. Oh yeah. You have that's foundational, because as you know yourself, the universe doesn't give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. So if you don't know yourself, how are you going to receive anything in alignment with it? It's going to be in alignment to all kinds of other stuff. So that old axiom is absolutely true. Know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. And so as we tap into the second chapter in this book is Cracking the Abundance Code, it's quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. Literally leaping into that version of yourself that has everything that you want. So if you don't have your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, go ahead and get it. You want to get it. And once you get it, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to personalize. I'm going to put your name in there, and I'm going to put some great stuff. I'm even going to put some little gifts in there for you too. And the last thing that I want to share about Cracking the Abundance Code, literally, it is, I have a 21-day roadmap inside of here. It's almost like having me with you day by day, step by step, what you need to be doing for the first 21 days so that you can, it's not a challenge, but it is simply a roadmap so that you can begin to walk in that abundance that is rightfully yours. So where my meditation people at, real quick, where my meditation people at? If you're a person that meditates, put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. Go ahead. Put me in the chat. I developed these candles, the meditation candles. They are absolutely powerful. And they're meditation and they are manifestation candles. Can y'all see that banner up there? We're going to do this in 2 seconds. And then we'll be back to our conversation. Don't you go anywhere. They're my meditation folks. They're my meditation folks. Good to see y'all in here. Listen, most of us, when we meditate, we have our meditation candles with us. And so I always, depending on what I'm trying to manifest, what I'm working on, I always have my meditation. Does dancing and singing with headphones work as meditation? That's what we call a moving or walking meditation. So yes, you can get into trance by dancing. Absolutely, you can get into dance by You can get into trance by dancing. Absolutely. You can get it like if you watch the movie Soul, when a person plays the piano, it's easy for them to get into that alternate state of trance. And so that's one of the things. So with these meditation candles, they are meditation manifestation candles. This one is the abundance candle. Each one of these candles, and if y'all can see them right here, this is the Triple Bliss meditation candle set. There are 3 in this set. The very first one is the abundance candle that I'm sharing with you. It is 100% soy based, natural soy based. It has a cotton wick in there, and it is infused with bergamot, lemongrass, and lodestone oil. If you know what a lodestone is simply a magnet. So inside of here, the very makeup of this candle is definitely for attraction and manifestation, because lodestone oil magnetizes this candle with the attention of abundance. And it smells absolutely amazing because it is lemongrass and bergamot. It smells really, really, really good. This is definitely for the fellas for sure. But it's a powerful, powerful candle. There are many of you who have already gotten your sets, and we've already been getting the testimonials as to what they've been able to draw and attract it to their space. The next one in the Triple Bliss set is the Heal candle. This Heal candle is absolutely amazing. If you see it, it's essential rose oil, and it actually has the rose petals in there. These are candles that we actually pour in-house. These are hand poured. Everything from the labeling, the packaging, everything. The only thing we don't make is the glass, the glass jar, but everything else we do. This is infused with lodestone oil and essential rose, and it's hard. It's almost impossible to be depressed in a space where you have rose oil. So it's really, really powerful. That's why we chose rose oil, because when you understand aromatherapy, the vibrational frequency of rose is so high. It's so high that from a vibrational standpoint, the frequency standpoint, it helps with the aligning of the physical body and healing. So that's why it's a Heal candle. And then the next one, bringing up the rear, is the Happy candle. It smells absolutely amazing because it's one of my favorite scents. When you go to these high-end, resorts and spas and all of that kind of stuff, it is super, super powerful because it is lemon verbena. One of my absolute favorite scents, especially like for bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. But this lemon verbena, this is the Happy candle. This you can't smell this and not be happy. And so when you're doing your meditation time, this is perfect for your meditation and your manifestation, because they all have essential oils with lodestone. So you get all 3. You get all 3 candles for this amazing price. So go ahead and order it right here. And then we're going to go ahead and kick our talk right back off. So thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and unpin that. And I am going to remove this from our live real quick so that we can continue to be focused on our topic. All right, we're in part 8. We're in part 8, everybody. Here we go. Come on now. There we go. Quantum mechanics of fear. Quantum mechanics of fear. There's Fine Wine. There she is. Welcome in, superstar. Welcome in. Perfect timing. Glad to see you up in here. Welcome in. And thank you, Janae. Quantum mechanics of fear. Why possibilities collapse under pressure. Why possibilities collapse under pressure. In quantum physics, reality forms where attention flows. What did I say? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. But in quantum mechanics, reality forms where attention flows. Fear collapses possibility into limitation. No, not sleeping. That poor baby, it's fine. You were sleeping. That's fine. I was sleeping. No, you good. You good, Fine Wine. Listen, going on to give your tardy slip to Mimi. You come up here and you give your tardy slip to Mimi. So again, in quantum mechanics, reality forms where attention flows. Fear collapses possibilities into limitation. Now, what does that mean? It collapses possibilities into limitation because we live in an energetic universe. And because we live in an energetic universe, where our focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So in the quantum field, every iteration of us exists. The happy you, the sad you, the sick you, the healed you, the wealthy you, the broke you, All of these different iterations of you exist. And so also opportunities exist, different types of opportunities. But the problem is from a vibrational standpoint, from taking into consideration what we call the observer effect. That which you observe, it comes forth. So what that means is when we look away, when we look away, it's a wave. Life and reality is a wave. It's a what we call a probability amplitude. But the moment we look at it, it becomes the thing. It's called the observer effect. It's also in alignment with the universal law of vibration. It is energy first, form second. Energy first, form second. So when we look away, it disappears. It just turns into a probability wave amplitude. But the moment we look at the thing, it takes form. So again, where your focus goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So when you are in a space where you are operating from fear as a construct in your subconscious mind, fear, the fear of failure, it acts as, because that's what we're focusing on. And so if we focus on the fear of failure, then the universe, the quantum field is going to take that vibrational frequency. That's right, Antoine, where focus goes, energy flows, manifestation soon follows. It is going to collapse the timeline, and any opportunities that you had that were being presented to you turn into limitation. So understanding how the quantum field works and how it responds to you energetically is absolutely key when it comes to the manifestation of the things that you want to experience. So as you're having fear as a construct in your subconscious mind, because reality is shaped in part vibrationally, by the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that you experience. That is how this works. So when you expect failure, watch this now. This is very, very key. I need everybody to pay attention right here. When you expect failure, you literally energetically align with timelines that were playing small, feel safer than rising. I'm going to say that again. When you expect failure, you energetically align with timelines where playing it small feels safer than rising. Timelines, because where your focus goes, energy flows. And so what's happening, you remember how I say in the quantum field, you have all of these different iterations of yourself, the rich you, the broke you, the happy you, the sad you, all of those things. That's right, like attracts like. But what's happening is that all of these versions, all of these timelines are concurrent. They literally live concurrent alongside of each other. They are concurrent. And because they're concurrent, based upon your focus, the observer effect. So all of these are what we call probability amplitudes. They're waveforms. And all of these are in alignment. There's this timeline thing. But based on your focus, it's going to collapse all of those different timelines. Thank you, Fine Wine. It's going to collapse all of those timelines into the one. Into the one. So when you expect failure, you energetically align with timelines where playing it small feels safer than rising. When you expect expansion, and this is where this is where the rubber meets the road, where you have to begin to shift and change. When you expect expansion, you shift into timelines where your courage becomes the dominant frequency. I'm going to say that again. In fact, I'm going to say it twice. I'm going to say it 2 more times because your subconscious mind loves what? Repetition. Here it is. When you expect expansion, you shift into timelines where your courage becomes the dominant frequency. What is the language of the universe? Frequency. Frequency. How do you call things? Thank you, Katrina. Thank you so much. How do you call things out of the quantum field? How do you call things forth? By the words you speak, the actions you take, the emotions that you experience, and the actions that you take. So again, the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, they create a resonance. They create a vibrational frequency. That frequency is projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives it, and it reflects it back to you as reality. So when you expect expansion, When you expect to win, when you expect success, and you move beyond the myopic views of other people, and you move beyond the limitations that you have placed on yourself, and you expect the win, you expect expansion. And when you expect expansion, you literally shift timelines, and it puts you in alignment with the fact that you're starting to resonate at the frequency of courage. And when you resonate at the frequency of courage, that places you on a timeline that makes everything right. He is giving you currency right now with the form of knowledge. Absolutely, Miguel. Absolutely. If you were to take this today, if you never saw me ever again in life, but you take this one conversation with you, be the thing and you shall have power. Do the thing and you shall have power. If you take this one conversation, I promise you, your life will be different forever. It'll be different forever. Because no longer can you walk in a place where you're the victim. You will always be victorious because you'll recognize that you have power. It's not that you are weak. It's not that you absolutely have the power. Listen, the creator gave you the power. You have will. You have the ability to speak. You have the ability to manifest all sorts of things. What does Mark 11:24 say? It says, whatever you desire in your heart when you pray, believe that you have already received it and it shall be yours. It didn't say it might be. This is the formula. That's right. That's right, Brenda. I am rich. This is the formula. This is the formula. Whatever you desire in your heart, believe that you have already received it and it shall be yours. What are you doing? You're changing the vibrational frequency. You are expecting the win. You are expecting the manifestation. And because you're expecting the win, you're expecting the manifestation, you literally are collapsing time and space, and you're calling into your experience vibrationally and literally everything that you have seen for yourself right now. Yes, I'm cooking. Let me cook. Let me cook. Thank you, Monique. Let me cook. I'm cooking up in here. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Fine Wine. Yes, I am cooking right now. The law of vibration teaches us that your emotional frequency determines what experiences resonate within you. It just does. That's the law of vibration. It's the law of vibration. It's the law of vibration. Come on, Nikki. Thank you, Amy. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am the greatest of all time. You better know it. Because this is what I do every single day in and day out. That's why I want you guys with us on this virtual hypnosis experience. It is going to be powerful. You need to do the registration. You don't want to miss it because we're going to be healing the inner child. And as we heal that inner child, it's going to free you from all of the things, those myopic views that were thrust upon you as a child. The things, the fears, the trepidations, the stuff that you walk in now, the haunting that you hear in your ear all of the time, the negative internal dialogue. It is representative of the things that you experienced as a child. And as you continue to stay in that space, you'll continue to get what you've always gotten. You have to do something fresh. You have to do something new. And because the universal law of correspondence says, as within, so without. As within, so without. If you want to change what you're experiencing as your reality out here, you have to change what is on the inside. You have to. And because we live in an energetic universe, this universe operates off of a frequency of vibration. It operates off of vibration, and in part, that vibration comes from you. That frequency is emitted by you based upon the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience. But if you have within the construct of your vibrational frequency, hey, Joy, good to see you on. If you have within you, within your construct, fear, the fear of failure. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Fine Wine. If you have within the construct of who you see yourself as, if you have fear there, the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of all kinds of things, then all of that negativity will come along with it. It is a vibrational frequency, and it will taint and constrict everything in your space because you don't feel safe when you're fearful. You don't feel safe when you're fearful. Yes. And that's why I'm so glad I live in Florida, Miguel. I live in Florida. Oh God, it's so beautiful. Getting out in nature does help. It does help. It helps to ground you. It helps to ground you. It helps to ground you. Quantum mechanics of fear. Fear is beneath you. Fear is beneath you. It is a prison. Fear is a prison. The more you're afraid, listen, the more fear that you walk in, the smaller your life will be. The more fear you walk in, the smaller your life will be. The more people you have around you that are fearful, oh God, they're literally creating a matrix around you. So you are supporting their matrix. Their matrix is supporting you in a way that is keeping you locked and stock in a myopic view of the world because you're living in a fear-based reality. Change it, change it, change it, change it. And as you change it, you literally walk into a space where your life is different. If y'all are ready for part 9, put 9 in the chat. If y'all are ready for part 9, put 9 in the chat. Let's go. This is good, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being on here. I truly appreciate y'all. And if we have any newbies in here, if we have any newbies in the room and we haven't acknowledged you yet, please let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat. Put newbie in the chat so we can love on you. Let us know. Come on, come on, come on. And let me introduce myself again. My name is A.D. Robertson. Yes, I am your success coach. And every day when we come on here, we have 2 goals. One goal is to create a sense. Thank you, Lachelle. Thank you. Welcome in. The first goal is to create a sense of connectedness and community where we love on each other, we support each other. It's tough out there in those streets. So we create a safe space. And our moderators make sure that this space stays safe and there won't be any foolishness up in here. So y'all, Lachelle, are you a newbie, Lachelle? Have you been in here before with us? Well, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in all of our newbies. We're so glad to have you with us. We really are. Okay, I thought I was like, I didn't want to assume, but because we have a lot of people matriculate through here, and so I thought I recognized the Lachelle Decor piece. Yeah. So good to see you back. Welcome back in, and Essie, welcome in. So glad to have you in here for this being your first time. I'm really happy to see y'all up in here. Part 9. The universal reframe. The universal reframe. Failure as feedback, not finality. Failure is feedback, not finality. Okay, Jason. Well, listen, that means you're an old veteran now. This is your second time. You're an old veteran, Jason. So you part of the family already. So don't even think you're going somewhere. Because if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. And this is a cool group of people to hang out with. They're really some wonderful folks. They really are in here. And let me say something before I keep going here. Don't go anywhere. There are 3 ways to engage with us. There are three ways to engage with us. One is just to come here on this live every day. We're on this live. We're here on TikTok Monday through Friday and on YouTube Monday through Friday from 12 to 2. That's right. From 12 to 2, we're on here every single day. The second thing is the second way to engage is, okay, great. Thank you, Jason. The second thing to do is that we have an oasis. It is our channel on Discord. So when you become a super fan here, that's what they call it now. It used to be, subscribe to this live. But when you become a super fan on here on TikTok, you are automatically put in the Oasis, which is our channel on Discord. And in our channel on Discord is really, really powerful. It has we have guided meditations in there. We have pre-recorded hypnosis tracks in there. We have our Monday morning meditation. Every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're in there and we meditate together for about 20 minutes or so. And it sets the tone for our day and the rest of our week. So you're more than welcome to be a part of that. You haven't figured out how to work Discord yet, but are you in there? You're in there, right, Nikki? And it's real simple. Somebody will show you what to do. Ask one of the kids around you. They'll show you how to work Discord. It's really, really simple. It's not a difficult platform at all. So we have the Monday morning meditation. We all have also have the women's safe space. We have the women's safe space, and inside of that women's safe space, they're having all kinds of, yeah, ask the hubby. Um, and there's all kinds of conversations that are there that are impactful and empowering. We also have a coaches and entrepreneurs corner where our coaches come together, our entrepreneurs come together to be better coaches, better entrepreneurs. So we have a whole lot of stuff inside of the Oasis. And so if you subscribe right here, you automatically get put in. But let me just say this: if you're having a challenge either financially or technically as it pertains to getting into the Oasis, just let one of us know. Let me know. Let Fine Wine, our moderators, let Fine Wine, Mimi, or Janae, and they will help you to get into the Oasis. And so again, if you're having some financial difficulties or some technical difficulties, we'll help. All right. So let's keep going. Oh, and I forget the last one. And the highest the highest level of engagement with us is the Oasis Mind Spa. That is when we begin to work with each other one-on-one, or you're a part of the virtual hypnosis experience. So it's a really, really powerful place to be. That's when you're dead serious and you're ready to take your life to the next level, and you become a member of the Oasis Mind Spa. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a spa for your mind. It will help you to become a better version of yourself by releasing old things, old habits, old stories, old programming that's no longer serving you, so that you can become that better version of yourself. So you can attract everything that you're looking for. All right? So great. Thank you. So failure is simply data. Let's look at it this way. Failure is simply data. It's feedback data. It's direction. It's information that sharpens your path. It simply says, hey, listen, this didn't work, try something else. That's why in business and in marketing, we do something called split tests. These split tests are it's split test marketing. Let's just say we have two posts. Y'all can understand what posts are. We have two posts, two commercials, two videos, and but we're marketing the same product or service. And so we'll put those two videos out there and we'll see which one fails and which one succeeds. And so when we split test and we see which one succeeds or which one fails, we look at why it failed and how it failed, and we look at all of the variables in the equation of what made that thing up, and the failure gives us the feedback. Does that make sense? Does it always mess with past life progression that may have imprinted upon you? Yeah, that's a variable in the equation, Miguel. Yeah, past life situations. I mean, it's a part of your energetic field. As you move from lifetime to lifetime, incarnation to incarnation, you have an energetic field, and that energetic field, it's you. It's really you. That's the real you. See, your soul has a body. Your body doesn't have a soul. It's the other way around. Your soul has a body. Your energetic field, or what you call your auric field, it's much larger. And so a part of that energetic field is all of the stuff, they call it karma. All of that, all of the things that you have done, you experience, it's a part of that energetic field. And so that's why it's important for us to shed and to heal and to do, some people call it shadow work, whatever you call it, healing the inner child. And and one of the things that we do in the Oasis Mind Spa is to help to purge some of that old energy, that stale energy, that energy that is no longer serving you, and it's time to let it go. And so we release that energy, and you have permission to release that energy too. All right. So again, failure is simply data, direction, information that sharpens your path. Like I said, we use it in marketing all of the time. Every successful individual you admire has failed more times than they've succeeded. Trust me. I've lost so much. Hey, listen, I've lost everything before. I've lost houses, cars. I've lost everything except my integrity. I didn't lose my integrity, and I didn't lose my friendships, my relationships. All of those things are very, very intact. All of those things are intact. So the success that you see, most people are not going to broadcast their failures. They're not gonna broadcast their failures. No, no, Jordan wasn't always the GOAT. Shoot, he didn't even make the team. He got cut at, I think, was it the JV team or something? So, but people are not going to show you their failures. They're not going to show you those parts of, their life. They're not going to show that. What they are going to show is their wins. And so, but failure is a powerful teacher. It is a powerful teacher. So, I've had businesses that didn't go well at all. I had businesses that didn't go well. I had book projects that I was a part of that succeeded extremely well, and those that didn't, it just did not go well. I did this. Listen, everybody has humble beginnings. When I started this live, shoot, it was nobody but me. It was nobody but me. And I remember seeing a post where a person said, "Listen, when you go live, nobody's gonna be on there. It's just gonna be you in there by yourself." And say, but it's okay. Just use that as a time to practice. Look in the camera and keep talking. Just keep talking. And so I had a couple of friends that came on, and they invited a couple of friends. And then, I just kept doing it. I just kept doing it. But at first, if we believe the reports of our eyes and ears, I would have assumed that I was a failure. I would assume that going live here on TikTok was crazy. I would have made the assumption, if I believed the reports of my eyes and ears, that this just wasn't working. And for the first few weeks of me going live, it went from one person to two people to three people. It went to 7, and then 12, and then 14, and then 20, and then and we average about 40 now, but then it goes up to 60, 65, 70. But I remember when there was a time when there was no one. And so that could have appeared as failure. That's why I keep telling y'all that fear is what? Fear is false evidence appearing real. Stop being afraid of going live. Stop being afraid of posting those stories. Stop being afraid of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Good to see you on, Bruno. Good to see you. MJ always been the GOAT. It's just a few of us that knew it. There you go. Especially, yeah. You would say that, Antoine, because the whole Chicago thing. I get it, bruh. I get it. If y'all are ready for part 10, put 10 in the chat. If you are ready for part 10, put 10 in the chat. And literally, the subconscious transforms when failure becomes a tool instead of a threat. When you look at failure as a tool instead of a threat, we transform it. So that's what I want you to do. Look at failure as a tool. Look at failure as a tool, not as a threat. So why be afraid of failure when failure is just a feedback? It's feedback data. It says, hey, no, that doesn't work, so try it another way. I can think of a few examples of you trying, and it wasn't working the first time, but when you finally got it, you were glad you did. See what I'm saying? It's all kinds of conversations that you have where you try. You kept trying with certain things. Don't not try because these other things. Oh goodness. I always tell my kids it's okay to make mistakes as long as we learn from them. Yep. That's it. Yeah, you need to take your own advice. It's okay to, but that's a beautiful thing to teach your children. It's okay to make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect because the universe doesn't require perfection. It just requires your participation. That's it. You don't want to sit there. So healing the fear, rewiring the subconscious template. And this is where, this is the exciting part. Healing begins when you interrupt the automatic fear response with new meaning. Just like what we just did. I gave you a new meaning to fear. I gave you a new meaning for failure. Failure is what? Just feedback. Failure is feedback. Failure is feedback. We were born into this world to make mistakes, absolutely, and to learn. It's from those mistakes that we learn. Mistakes are the greatest teachers. Failure is one of the greatest teachers. You have to embrace failure. And then if you hold failure as a tool, what are we doing? We're reframing it. So healing begins when you interrupt the automatic response, that automatic fear response, with new meaning. The subconscious mind literally responds powerfully to repetition, imagery, and emotional contrast. So what do? You have to constantly visualize yourself winning. Visualize yourself winning. And even if you get feedback that says failure, it's just that. It's just data. It's just feedback. It's not about the win or lose. It's about the win or learn. I like that. I like that one. I like the win or learn. Thank you, Janae. Now that's good. That's good. So again, the subconscious mind responds powerfully to repetition. And the more and more you tell yourself, the more and more you speak those affirming words, when you shift your perspective and how you see failure in your life, Wayne Dyer would always say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Affirmations, visualization, hypnosis, of course. It literally helps to reprogram the subconscious mind. Micro actions create new neural pathways that normalize success. Hypnotherapy happens to be a shortcut. It's like the cheat code. It's like when you play video games and you're able to put in the cheat code, because hypnosis allows us to move past, the watch guard. Thank you, Kingdom. Thank you for grabbing that daily heartbeat. It helps us look beyond that and move beyond that, and we can tap directly into the subconscious mind. Because as we tap directly into the subconscious mind, that puts us in a space where we can reprogram the subconscious mind. And as we reprogram it, if you change the program, you change the outcome. You change the programming, you change the outcome. You change the programming, you change the outcome. So this is what it's about healing that fear. So again, affirmations, visualizations, hypnosis, micro actions, they all create neural pathways that normalize success. Celebrating the small wins is key. Stop hiding your victories. Stop hiding your victories. You got to celebrate the small wins. Yes, bypass that ego. You have to celebrate the small wins, intentionally taking tiny little risks, so that you can begin to recalibrate and reprogram the subconscious mind for success, because that's what happens. Practicing confident self-talk instead of the negative one. What's going on, winner? Good to see you in here. Peace and greatness to you too. Thank you for coming in here. Thank you for being a part of us today. And so the law of growth reminds us that transformation comes from consistent, intentional expansion. Intentional. Thank you. I hope it's not as extreme as, like the movie Get Out. Listen, I love those movies. But they just movies. That's just Hollywood. It's just Hollywood. Don't believe the reports of your eyes and ears when it comes to Hollywood and what it does. But it does create a good conversation, though, around it. Yeah, and that's a good one, Devin. Forgiving your old mistakes and speaking to your inner child. All of that stuff, it lends right in here with literally rewiring the subconscious mind for success. So again, the law of growth reminds us that transformation comes from consistent, intentional expansion. Consistent, intentional expansion. Write that down. Write that down. When you're trying to change, when you're trying to grow, when you're looking to grow, the law of growth reminds us that transformation comes from consistent, intentional expansion. Consistent, intentional expansion. Oh yeah, we're almost at 100K. We're going to get up out of here early today. We're already there. We're almost there. We're tapping to where we're already at 92K, and we're just at 43, at 143. So this is good. Thank y'all. Good to see you on Wushu. Consistent, intentional expansion. Consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to do it every day. You have to do it every day. You have to create a new pattern, a new rhythm, a new frequency. Because the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience create a frequency, that resonance that is within you, and it projects out into the quantum field. And it calls out of the quantum field everything that is a vibrational match for it. I am successful. I am rich. I am abundant. I am powerful. I walk in it. I teach it. I breathe it. I am it. And so when you do those things and you become that person, when you become that superstar, because the universe, remember, the universe does not give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. There it is. Striving to get kingdom citizens to understand that this is what the gospel teaches. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without question. And we were just, you missed it, Kingdom. We were in here, we just mentioned Mark 11:24. Whatever you desire, because you're going to hear that in here all the time. Whatever you desire in your heart, when you pray, believe that you have already received it, and it shall be yours. It didn't say might, it didn't say could, or no, it said it shall be yours. And so, but how do you do that? You walk beyond the fear, you walk beyond the doubt, and you walk in gratitude. Gratitude is how you usher in. What do we say about gratitude? Gratitude is the great summoner. Thank you, Monique. Yes, I am the greatest of all time. You better know it. Gratitude is the great summoner for whatever it is that you're grateful for. You attract an abundance of it into your life. So, as you believe that you have already received the thing, that you begin to identify with the thing, it's by the renewing of your mind. It's the renewing of your mind. It is how you shift and you change. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Kingdom. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the love. And we're almost done. We're almost done. If you're ready for a part 11, put 11 in the chat. Put 11 in the chat. We're almost done. We're almost out of here, y'all. This is good. This is good. Happy Thursday. This is good. So glad to have y'all with us, especially our new folks over here on YouTube. Glad to have you. Appreciate y'all up in here. 11 is one of our favorite numbers. That's right. Yes, it is. I know it's one of Janae's favorite numbers. Reclaiming your power. The energetics of boldness. Boldness isn't loud. It doesn't have to be loud. You don't have to be loud to be bold. You don't have to be loud to be bold. Boldness is not loud. It is internally anchored. Like, if I wasn't internally anchored, y'all wouldn't be sitting up here talking, with us in here. You would be like, who is this dude? What is this dude talking about? This dude is crazy. But no, I am anchored. I live what I speak of. I share what I have learned. I've shared my experiences and I continue to do that. So I boldly pronounce who it is that I am. I boldly pronounce what it is that I do. I boldly profess all of the things that I have seen work in not only my life, but other people's lives too. And I know that these things here, so as you begin these things, this conversation today is really, really powerful, because as you move beyond the fear of failure, it puts you in a place where boldness is easy. When the subconscious feels safe, confidence emerges naturally. When your nervous system feels safe, you are open, you are allowing, you can walk in your divine power. You can walk in everything that you have seen for yourself boldly, unapologetically. You step into the quantum identity when you act from the version of yourself who has already succeeded. You hear that? You hear that? When you walk in the version of yourself that has already succeeded, you're embodying that success. You are that successful person. I am rich. I am rich in mind. I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in pockets. I am rich in love. I am rich in all of these things because abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly. This is the dialogue of a healed person. This is the dialogue of a person who is assured of their success. We have seen the end. You have seen the end. You have seen the end. You know what it looks like. You just have to get there and trust the path. Trust the journey. Trust the journey. You step into your quantum identity when you act from the version of yourself that has already succeeded. The law of inspired action teaches that aligned movement activates manifestation. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your energy flows, manifestation soon follows. That's it. Boy, look here. We already hit 100K. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all are grinding away. Thank you so very much. If y'all are ready for part 12, we are grinding it out. We're grinding it out. Put it on there. Let's put 12 in the chat. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, Kingdom. Good, good, good. Thank y'all. Thank you, Janido. Thank you, A-Town. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, we already at 12. I know you like 12, Coach. I know you like how many doggone sections we got. Don't worry about that. You just gonna stay and learn these lessons here. All right, Mimi. See, that's why Mimi is in the back of the room. Go on back there in the back. Now, how you gonna be the moderator and you just cutting up? Get back, go on back to the back of the room. She talking about 12? just the devil. This is just foolishness. How you gonna do that? And don't y'all encourage Trinity and all y'all. Don't encourage Mimi. Don't do it. I'm tired, Coach. That's all right. You keep tapping. You keep digging. It's too bad. You keep tapping. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not even Friday. It's not even Friday. It's not even Friday. So glad to have you on here, Nadia. Oh, we cutting up. I'm sorry. Oh, I love y'all. Here we go. Stepping into your timeline of success. See, this is important. This is important. Y'all don't follow behind Mimi with this foolishness. Stepping into your timeline of success. There is a version of you already living the life that you desire. Did you know that? In the quantum field, there's a version of you that already exists that has everything that you want. Everything that you want to experience. It has everything. Everything. It's there. Fear only slows down the manifestation of that version of you. That's all it does, because it's the wrong frequency. When you're in the right frequency, you're in alignment and you walk boldly into it. The moment you stop fearing failure, your energy becomes available for clarity, certainty, creativity, courage, all of that stuff. Success becomes inevitable. It becomes inevitable when you operate from worthiness instead of worry. Yes, I'm trying to tell you. Your greatest season is here. You have to claim it. You have to walk in it. You have to be it. You have to believe in it. You have to breathe it. And I know it's looking crazy right now. I know if you look in your bank account today, it just don't look right. That's okay. Don't worry about that, because we don't believe the reports of our eyes and ears. Don't worry about that. Listen, just be it until you see it. Be it until you see it. Walk in it, believe in it, become every bit of it. Show up and show out for yourself. Be the version of you that you need. Here you go. All right. 50 Cent till tomorrow. There it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Nikki. Ain't nothing wrong with having 50 Cent till tomorrow, because tomorrow you'll have more than that. And you keep hanging around here, you're going to have a hell of a lot more than that too. Play with me. All right, I'm trying to hip you. Success becomes inevitable when you operate from worthiness instead of worry. The frequency of I am ready. The frequency of I am ready. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate you being in here. The frequency of I am ready. Worthiness is a frequency. Did I not teach that the other day? Worthiness is a frequency. You are worthy. You are worthy not because of the actions that you have taken. You're not worthy because of the things you've done or haven't done. You're not worthy because of that. You are worthy just because you are you. You are worthy because you're you. You're worthy because you're you. You're worthy because you're you. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. You are worthy because you are you. Worthiness is a frequency in and of itself, and that frequency transforms everything in your space when you know Not just believe, but when you know that you're worthy of a thing, that thing, it shows up in your life. The moment you begin to walk in that worthiness, everything changes because worthiness is a frequency and we live in an energetic universe. And this universe language is frequency. So when you begin to speak the language of frequency, the language of worthiness, baby, let me tell you, everything shifts and changes in your world. Worthiness is a frequency, and when you embody it, life rearranges itself around you. It rearranges around your energy. Fear dissolves when you realize you were never meant to fail. Fear dissolves because you're never afraid of failing. Because you realize that failure is just feedback information. It's just data that says, okay, we tried it this way, it didn't work. So there's no need to be afraid of it. Failure is just success turned inside out. Oh God, that's one of my favorite poems. Oh man, that's, and I'm gonna close with it because I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Fear dissolves when you realize you were never built to fail. You are afraid of outgrowing who you used to be. That's all. When's fear intuitive and informative? It's always that. It's based upon your perception and your perspective, Carol. It's always going to be informative because if you look at fear as a signal that your nervous system is saying, hey, take a look, take a look, take a look. So it's okay. It's okay. And you have to determine what that fear means. So fear is just a tool. So just as fear is a tool, so is failure. Failure is feedback data. Fear is, hey, take a look. That's what fear says. Hey, wait a minute, hold on. Take a look at this, AD. Pause for a second, slow down, just take a look, take a look. What do we want to do with this? How do we want to address that? Oh, yeah, we'll go this way or we'll go that way. Fear is just, hey, take a look, take a look. That's how I look at the fear that I experience because I reframed what fear is in my experience in my life. It didn't come overnight, but I did change the way I perceive fear. The universe responds instantly when you decide you're ready for more. The universe responds very differently when you decide you are ready for more. And I am going to find this piece really quickly because it is powerful and we're going to end with this today. Yes, we are. Hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. Bop, because it's, oh, come on. Now, that's not what I wanted. See, don't do dumb stuff. It's doing dumb stuff. Voila, there we go. This is one of my absolute favorite poems. And I am going to share it with you right here. And it's called Don't Quit. Anybody ever heard the poem Don't Quit? Anybody ever heard the poem Don't Quit? I'm going to read it to you right now as we wrap today up because this is so powerful. I used to have this, I don't know where it is. I'm going to get another one. I had a big poster framed of this poem, but here it goes. Don't quit. When things go wrong as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up. Though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It is when things seem their worst that you must not quit. This is the greatest season of your life. Not because I say so, but because you have decided to become the absolute best version of yourself. Can I say the last part a bit louder? Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem their worst that you must not quit. This is a powerful poem. It's one of my favorite poems. Don't quit. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to be amazing and continue to do amazing stuff. And listen, I'm going to put this up here right now. If any part of what we've been talking about today resonated with you, listen, you need to go ahead and get your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, because it is grounded in what? It is grounded in this conversation right here. What we've been talking about. If any part of it resonated, go ahead and grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. I'm going to leave this up here for a few more seconds because we're going to go ahead. Listen, it is foundational. The abundance that you're looking for is looking for you. And in Cracking the Abundance Code, I teach you how to tap into it. This is a powerful book. It will change your life. No ifs, no ands, or buts about it. If you're willing to step outside of your uncomfortable comfort zone just for a moment and believe everything that you can be. And this is going to be that key. That's why I have a key on here, because old keys don't open new doors. So, we got to give you the keys to the new door. And listen, as we getting ready to kick off the after party over here in TikTok. Thank y'all so much over here in YouTube land. We love you so much. But they don't like us to party so much because, we're going to put on a little music over here. We're going to put a little music over here on the TikTok side. So I wish you were with us, but unfortunately, that's just how it is right now. So listen, thank y'all so much for being with us today. Our YouTube family, we love you so much. We will be back tomorrow. We'll have a new topic. It'll be Friday. We're going to have us a great time. And so make sure that you're here. We're here every day from 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok and on YouTube. So thank you so much. Yes, my name is AD Roberts, and I am your success coach. Make sure that you're here tomorrow with this amazing new talk that we're going to be doing. You don't want to miss it. All right. I'll see you guys later.